Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing very well today. So I'm very excited for today's video because I am going to be talking about the best makeup from 2024 so far. I really thought that I had filmed one of these, but I hadn't. I was looking through all of the videos that I've uploaded and I have not posted one. So I felt like there's no better time than the present to go ahead and film that. There are quite a few makeup products here that I have discovered this year, that have come out this year, that I'm currently loving and I do think are super worth it, right? So I have pretty much everything from primer to foundation to eyeshadow palette, etc. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna try my best not to harp on and on and on about every single product, but you know me, you know that I love to talk and talk and talk. So we shall see how that goes. But this is probably going to be a long one. So go ahead and grab a snack, grab a drink, grab some coffee. I do have my coffee here. I'm drinking the hazelnut oat milk shaken espresso. This one's okay. I've had it better from them, but definitely have your drink ready. Let's get started. So for primer, I only have only one primer, and that is the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer Stick. This is amazing. This is really good. They have come out with the Impossible Primer. I want to say that was last year or 2 years ago, and I much prefer the primer stick version. I just feel like the formulation of this makes it so much easier to apply whenever it is in a stick because it's just easier to blend into the skin that way. I feel like this does a really, really great job at smoothing the skin and smoothing down your pores. Maybe if you have texture, I feel like this does a really great job at that. So I wanted to highlight this because I feel like it's not spoken about very much, and I feel like Wet n Wild in general is a very underrated brand, so definitely wanted to give that a shout out. For foundation, I just have one, and I was looking at my collection. I am very proud of myself. Give myself a pat on the back. I have not purchased a lot of foundation this year. I was looking in my foundation and I really didn't see a lot of new stuff. So I guess I really have been good in that area. I really wasn't trying, but I just haven't really purchased a lot of foundation unless I'm missing something, because I kind of have my foundation or my makeup like all over the place. I have makeup in like my main drawers, but then I have some of my seasonal makeup in a different area, like makeup that's better for like fall and winter. And then I have some makeup that's in another area that I have not used this year. So shame on me. I've put it aside because I need to push myself to basically in that drawer, or in those drawers, I'm looking at them right now, my husband encouraged me to put everything in there. If I haven't used it this year, it needs to go in those drawers, because I was getting a little bit of anxiety with the amount of options I had, and I felt like I was not really getting the opportunity to use everything. And so what I did was I put everything that I haven't used in this year alone, right? 2024 is in that drawer. And so I'm getting sidetracked, but basically I'm pretty sure if I got a new foundation, I would use it right away. So I'm pretty sure this is the only foundation that I've purchased that I feel like at least mentioning, right? I know there's the CoverGirl, the one with like the beads and like you blend. That one is just like, to me, it doesn't deserve to be spoken about. I think it's okay, but it's kind of a finicky foundation. Anyways, long story short, the foundation that I do love that came out this year that I totally recommend is this About Face foundation. This is the Performer Skin Focused Foundation. I'm sure that you have seen this all over. I feel like it's very loved by very many people for right reasons. And I love the packaging. I love that it's kind of like chunky. It's a little bit like kind of like a cube, and then it does have this rather large doe foot, which I do not mind. I really do enjoy doe foot. I feel like I'm in the minority when it comes to the doe foot, but I love this. I love this so much. The formula is so nice. The doe foot makes it nice and easy to just kind of like stripe on the skin and blend out. I love the coverage. I feel like it's a really good light to medium coverage. The wear time is amazing. I have paired this with various different primers, various different powders, and it wears beautifully every single time. I feel like no matter, like, I feel like you can go in with a lot and it still would blend out okay. I obviously never recommend doing that, but I feel like this is just such a good everyday forgiving foundation, right? Like it's perfect, it's fuss free. Every time that this is in my everyday makeup drawer, I'm always reaching for it. Like I have no problems reaching for this foundation, which to me, like that speaks volumes. You know what I mean? Like I have a lot of makeup, as you guys know, and so if I want to reach for something naturally, like that speaks volumes. So love this one, highly recommend. Also the shade range is wonderful. Like absolutely wonderful. I truly believe that you can find your shade in this one. So I really do enjoy that foundation. Now let's get into, I haven't purchased any concealers this year, and that was part of my like makeup rules that I had for myself. It was to not purchase a concealer, and I haven't. It was, I need to finish 2 concealers before I can purchase one. And I haven't, so I have no concealers to talk about. However, I do have bronzers to talk about because I do feel like bronzer was very popular this year. And the first one is this one from Morphe 2, and this is their Sun and Done Smooth Gliding Bronzer Stick. And so here's what this one looks like. I do really enjoy the Morphe 2 line. I do feel, again, like it's pretty underrated. I know Morphe is kind of hit and miss with people, which is truly understandable, but I do enjoy Morphe 2. And I did pick up the shade Amber Shores. This is a cream bronzer stick, and it's beautiful. I love the shade. They do have multiple shades available, and I do think that this is very easy to blend out. It's nice and smooth, and I do love that. Basically, I love that it's so pigmented, right? Because I've noticed in some bronzers, which I don't mind, but sometimes you just want something super pigmented right off the bat. That's what this is. I feel like I don't need to go in with like multiple layers to get the pigmentation that I want. This one, it's usually pretty good with like the first stripe, and I'm good to go because it is really nice and creamy and pigmented. So I really like this. I do think that if you're looking for a nice cream bronzer at the drugstore, I recommend this one. I also really recommend the Makeup Revolution cream bronzer. That one is amazing. So yes, wanted to give this one a shout out for sure. Then for other bronzers, let's just go ahead and talk about this drugstore bronzer because the other 2 I have are high end. So this is the NYX Buttermelt Bronzer. You guys already know. I actually just talked about this in the, what video? What did I just film? I don't remember. I don't remember the video that I just filmed, or that I filmed. Like that's my most recent upload, but I did talk about this. Oh, a speed reviews. I did give an update on how I enjoyed this formula. Love it. It is amazing. I think that this is such a wonderful powder bronzer. This is a powder bronzer. I feel like some people think that this is a cream bronzer because of the name. No, this is a powder bronzer. It is nice and creamy though, meaning it's very like buttery on the skin, but this is a powder. Sorry, I'm turning on my AC because I'm getting hot. Anyways, this is really good. These are also very pigmented. I talked about that in the speed reviews video. These are very pigmented, so I would recommend going a shade lighter than you probably think, or just go in with a very light hand. But these get 2 thumbs up for me. I highly recommend. All right, so then we have some liquid bronzers that are from Sephora. So these are higher end brands. The first one, and again, I just spoke about this in my speed reviews video, so I apologize if it's redundant, but the Makeup by Mario, what is this? The Soft Sculpt Bronzing and Shaping Serum. I love this stuff. This is beautiful. This is very beautiful. Like I said, it does come with a pump. So if you're wanting to use it kind of like bronzing drops or to like mix in with foundation, or maybe you want to wear it as foundation, you can do that. And then if you unscrew the top here, it does also come with the doe foot, which is very nice. So I do use the doe foot because I am using this as a liquid bronzer, and The thing with this though, and I mentioned this again in that video, I highly encourage you to go in with a deeper shade. Go in with something that's maybe a shade or two deeper, because this is very, very sheer. I was actually watching Lauren Mae Beauty's recent video, and she was applying the fair shade to her skin, and it's pretty light. Like even on her, she does have like a fair to light complexion, and it was light on her. Like I was having trouble like seeing it on her skin. Now, if that's your preference, that's totally fine. I'm just someone who I like to see my bronzer. If I'm going out of my way to apply liquid bronzer, I want to see it, you know, like that's just who I am. I also want my makeup to be nice and pigmented, and so this I went in with shades darker. So this is the shade light medium. I think if you are my skin tone, this is a really great option. I think even medium could have worked for me, which is a little bit frustrating because of that, because it is so sheer. It's probably not going to work for every skin tone, which is annoying, right? Like higher end brands, you need to do better. But yes, I really do love this. I love how glowy it looks on the skin. I love how you really cannot see where the bronzer and foundation meet. Like it literally just becomes one with the skin. I really love that about this. So yeah, here we are. Also, it's raining outside. I think there is we're like in a tropical storm warning or something like that. We don't live by water, so we should be okay. There is like flooding warnings though, so hopefully that's not the case. But yeah, enjoy the peaceful rain if you hear it. So anyways, the next bronzer is from Saie, and this is their liquid bronzer. This is specifically the Dew Bronze bronzer, and I did pick up the shade Sand, which is the lightest shade. Really enjoy this one as well. This one I do have to build up, so I usually go in a couple of times to get the level of pigmentation that I want, but this is beautiful. Very impressed with this, as I was impressed with the liquid blushes. Because I love the liquid blushes from Saie, I was highly confident that I would probably like this as well, and I'm happy to report that I do. I don't know how much to say about this. I do recommend it. I will say, because it's a thicker texture, much thicker than the Makeup by Mario I just showed, I would highly encourage you to go in with like sections of your face at a time. That way it's not drying too quickly and then you're having, you know, a difficult time blending it out. I feel like if you go in with sections and you blend out immediately, you shouldn't have any trouble as far as like it drying. I only say that because it's a thicker formula. I haven't experienced any type of, you know, drying too quickly or not being able to blend it out, but I just have a feeling because of the texture that it would probably give that, it would probably happen. Like it would probably make you experience that. Okay, then we have, let me go ahead and talk about this face palette. This is, or you know what, I'm gonna wait. I'm sorry, because I have two face palettes, so I'm gonna wait. Now let's get into blush. So for blush, I have like quite a few, I guess. So I did want to talk about this one. This is from Wet n Wild. This is their Mega Glow Lip and Cheek color. And this is a liquid blush from Wet n Wild. I do have the shade Rosy Romance, and I like this. I really do. I honestly forgot that these came out this year. And I feel like, again, this doesn't get a lot of hype. This doesn't get a lot of buzz here on YouTube or within the beauty community. And I feel like it's just because Wet n Wild is not super popular. I also feel like these got overshadowed by the e.l.f. liquid blushes, but these are really good. These are a good option at the drugstore. They may not have as many shades as the e.l.f., but I do feel like this is still a really good liquid blush formula at the drugstore. It's a little bit cheaper than e.l.f., not like not like significantly cheaper, but I feel like it's cheaper enough like to like try it out, or maybe if you just want, you know, maybe you love Wet n Wild and you want to check it out, I do highly encourage you to do that. One tip that I have with this though is like put some on the back of your hand and then go in with the brush and apply it that way. I did notice if I went directly from the doe foot and like dotted it onto my cheeks, I did notice that it was harder to blend out, and I would do that. So that is my only like, you know, cautionary tale with this one. That's the only thing that I'm gonna kind of make sure that you know about, because that is the only bad thing about this. And that's because that's not even like too much of a deal breaker for me, because I did find a way to make it work. But I'm really happy with these. I really am. Other blushes. So I did want to talk about this cream blush from LYS. This is their, I think it's like their No Limits cream blush or something like that, or Higher Standard, something like that. I'm not sure, but from LYS, and I have the shade Bubbly. I love the packaging. It's this really cute light pink color. And then here is what the blush looks like. Super stunning. It's a really nice, just like vibrant, kind of like corally pink color. But what's really unique and special about these cream blushes is that they have some shimmer to them. I love that about this formula, because glowy blushes are super popular right now. They're very trendy, and sometimes it's hard to find something that's not going to emphasize texture. These do not do that. This is going to be a nice and glowy blush, but because it's in a cream, it's so much more forgiving, and it's not going to accentuate anything. So I really do love these. I do. I'm honestly kind of tempted to pick up more of like an orangey one, but I'm holding off for now because I do have this one. But beautiful formula, very pigmented though. Very, very pigmented, so definitely keep that in mind. Again, I just put some on the back of my hand, and then I go in with my brush and apply it that way. Love this though, highly recommend. Then we have this blush. So this formula is not new. This blush has been around for a little while, but Patrick Ta did expand the shade range, or not the shade range, but he came out with new shades basically, and it's their cream and powder blush duos, and it's in the shade Not Too Much. So love this shade so much. It's also very popular. I feel like when this came out, everybody wanted it. It was so hard to track down when it first launched. I love this. I love how just everyday friendly this is. I feel like it pairs with so many different eyeshadow looks. It goes with different lip looks. So I feel like it's a blush that you don't have to think about. It just goes with so many different things. So I love the Patrick Ta formula as well. I love that the powder is also super pigmented. But I also feel like it's easy to, like, it's not too pigmented that you can't layer both on top of each other, but it's still, I don't know, like, how do I explain that? Like, basically what I'm trying to say is I can go in with the cream and I can be satisfied with that alone as far as like pigmentation goes, but I also tend to layer it with the powder blush, and I'm still okay with that pigmentation level too. Does that make sense? Like, I'm happy with the fact that like you can use both and it's not too much. At least for me, I'm a blush lover though. Like, I literally drown myself in blush, so like that's just me. Some of you may be like, girl, like just the powder is fine or just the cream is fine, but I do love to layer both, right? But Not Too Much is a stunning shade. Highly, highly recommend. This is probably my favorite shade from the line. I do enjoy Just Blushing as well, but such a good range that he came out with this year. Then, of course, I had to talk about the Rare Beauty powder blush, of course, right? I have the shade Hope. Beautiful, such a beautiful powder blush. These are glowy blushes. So this is kind of what I was talking about when I was referring to the LYS cream blush. These do accentuate texture, so you have to be very careful. If you have a lot of pores, or maybe you just have some, you know, texture in the cheek area and you do not like to emphasize that, these will do that. So I have to be very intentional with where I apply this blush. I usually apply them right here, closer to like my hairline, like cheekbone area, rather than on the like apples of my cheeks, because I don't want to accentuate any texture. And I also go in with a more like fluffy brush. That way I'm also kind of blending the blush as I'm applying it, so that again, it's not just like sitting on top, it's being blended into the skin at the same time as I'm applying it, which is nice. But these are stunning. These are really beautiful. I don't think that you need all of the shades, because they all kind of give, I don't want to say they all give like a similar effect, but I do feel like these are just glowy blushes. Like, they don't have a lot of base pigment to them, as I guess I'm saying. I think if you have one that you've been eyeing, pick it up, and I do think that you'll love it. I use these more as a blush topper, so please keep that in mind. I am aware of some people, like for instance, Teresa's dad, like she loves this formula, and I think she does use these alone. I use this more as a blush topper. I don't even know, if I'm being honest, I don't even know if I've used these alone. Maybe I should, but very beautiful, happy with them, and I'm very happy with the shade Hope as well. All right, then I have a blush palette, and this year Unearthly came out with a spring collection. I love Unearthly so much. I discovered them last year and I fell in love instantly, and then they came out with the Spring Magic collection, and I love this collection so much. And this is their incandescent blush palette. Beautiful, so beautiful. And every single time I wear this, I get compliments from you guys in the comments. I love this blush palette so much, and I'm mainly using this as a blush topper. So kind of similar to the Rare Beauty that I was just talking about, I do use this more to like top off the blush, or maybe if I'm wanting more blush but I don't want to like apply the same blush that I put on, I'll just layer one of these on top, and I feel like it really makes my blush pop, and just kind of like has such a great impact on my face. I will say I use the shade Incantation a lot, and the shade Alchemy. So Incantation is this shade and Alchemy is this shade. So this shade is more of like a coral, and this is more of a like, I guess peach, I don't know, but beautiful, so beautiful. I'm very, very happy with this. I don't know if this is still available, hopefully it is, but stunning, love it. And then a face palette that I'm going to highlight is this one from Smashbox. It's the Halo Sculpt and Glow face palette, and I picked up the shade Back to Cali, which I believe is the second one. Here's what it looks like. It does come with a bronzer, 2 blushes, and a highlight. And I will say I don't love the bronzer. It does work, it does the job. It's just not like the most pigmented bronzer, but I'm able to make it work. I love the blushes and the highlight. The highlight is so freaking yummy. I love it. It's beautiful. There are days that I need a highlight and I just grab this palette really quick and throw that on. Like, it's so stunning. But I was pleasantly surprised with the pigmentation level of these 2 blushes. They are nice and pigmented. And then again, the highlighter blows me away. So really happy with this. I think it's great for travel. I love how compact it is. I feel like some face palettes, I'm looking at you, Unearthly, this is huge, right? I love it, but it's huge. This is nice and compact, perfect for travel. So I wanted to give this a shout out because I was pleasantly surprised with this one, and I'm honestly a little bit shocked as well how much I do reach for this on an everyday basis. Okay. Oh, I forgot about these blushes, and these blushes literally blew my mind. Ugh, and I'm wearing one of them right now. Okay, so I filmed a video. It's a Shop Miss A video. It was a Shop Miss A haul and try on. It was one of my most latest videos. I love Shop Miss A. Like, I love Shop Miss A. I feel like I've been enjoying going to Shop Miss A more than going to like freaking Sephora and Ulta, because Shop Miss A has so many hidden gems. If you are not familiar, Shop Miss A is a store. They started online, I believe, and they have so much affordable beauty products. Everything ranges between like $1 to $10. Like, honestly, I don't believe there's anything more expensive than $10. Don't quote me on that, but they're very well known for their sponges. They're the Paw Paw sponges, the pink ones that look kind of like the Beauty Blender, but they're like $1.50 per sponge, and they're amazing. They're so good. And then they're more known for their brand called AOA Studio. I forgot for a second. AOA Studio. The brand AOA Studio has so many stellar products, and again, they range between $1 and $10. Like, it is so affordable. And now they have began to pop up more brick and mortar stores, so you don't necessarily have to just shop online. Of course, if you don't have one near you, unfortunately, you're probably gonna have to order online. But if you have one near you, check it out in store. Like, seriously, go. It is amazing. And I'm thankful that I have 2 stores in my area too. Oh, my earring fell off. Oh my goodness. I'm thankful that I have 2 stores to choose from, so I definitely take advantage of that. And this year I have found so many like wonderful products and hidden gems. So firstly, this is something that just blew my mind completely. These are the AOA Studio Blush Duo Petal Pop cream and powder duos. They're blush duos, very similar to like the Patrick Ta that are super popular. These are so good, so good. My favorite shade so far is the shade Bouquet. This reminds me so much of She's Blushing from Patrick Ta with like a mixture of She's So LA. Beautiful. It's a cream here and a powder here. They are both so pigmented and work very well. And then, because I was so obsessed, I picked up the others. I had to, okay? And I know I'm on a blush no/low buy. These don't count. This doesn't count, okay? I do this for y'all. This doesn't count. It does count, but like, whatever, okay? My husband says it doesn't count, so it doesn't count, okay? If he says it doesn't count to me. So, as if y'all are coming for me, knocking at my door. I know that y'all aren't, right? But I was so impressed with that shade Bouquet that I had to pick up the other shades. So the other shades are Flower, which is this one, and I really do feel like they were coming after the Patrick Ta ones. I really do. This one kind of reminds me of maybe like She's Baked from Patrick Ta. I'm not sure. So this one is Flower. And then this one is Petal Pushers. This one was hard to get my hands on because I would go and it would be out of stock. And I'm sure you can see why. It's this like viral, like bright pink color. And I believe Patrick Ta also has a shade that looks like this. And then the shade Bloomers is actually the blush that I have on right now. So this girl, I'm literally telling you, this is $1, I think it's on here. No, it's not. I think it's like $1.88 or $1.50. Here's the shade Bloomers. And again, this is the blush that I'm wearing, so pigmented. These have become some of my favorite blushes in my collection. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? I can't believe it. I can't. So run and order those. Like, I'm telling you, run. And I haven't tried every shade. I haven't tried Petal Pushers, and I also haven't tried Flower. So I can't tell you if these are just as good as the ones that I've tried, but they're so inexpensive that just try them. Just try them, okay, please, and let me know. Please let me know. All right, then what is next? I think next we have, what do I want to do? I guess I can go into eyeshadow next because I feel like naturally that's where I would go. Or no, let's do brows. So I have 2 brow gels that I want to talk about. I don't branch out a lot when it comes to brows. I know what I like. It works well for me, that I just tend to stick with that. But I did pick up 2 new brow gels this year, and this one is from CoverGirl. It's their what is happening? Clean Fresh Brow, and it's their Brow Enhancer Gel Wax, and they just have 1 shade in clear. Love this pink packaging. I love the light pink packaging from the CoverGirl Clean Fresh line. I really like this. I really like this. I've heard, I don't know if it's true, but I've heard that this is a dupe for the Rare Beauty brow gel, the one that's like super, super, super popular. I haven't tried it. Let me know if you think I need to, because I really want to. So if you tell me, I'll go get it, right? But anyways, this is really good. I feel like this has some really great hold, and I do notice that. So something I've noticed that's really weird with my brows, story time, okay, is I don't know if it's because like I like have like I make faces a lot, that like maybe when I do this, like I don't know, I noticed that like my foundation breaks up right here and then it like completely like starts melting into my brow. Has that ever happened to y'all? So like it literally looks like foundation gets in my brow, and it doesn't happen right away. It's usually happening more so like as the day progresses. It doesn't happen every day, and it really doesn't. I'm not sure when it's happening, but I've noticed that I feel like I need to start putting brow gel in. I don't know if, like, I don't understand it. Like, does that happen to y'all? Like, it's literally right here, it'll like start melting, and then it's like sitting right here in my brow. It's so weird. Like, let me know if that happens to y'all, and is there anything I can do, because I don't know. But this has some really nice hold to it. I really, really like this. It's not too thick and goopy on the brows. I feel like it's nice and like easy to just kind of like blend through the brows, and you're able to kind of get like that like laminated, like fluffy look. I don't do that too dramatically, but I do feel like you could do that with this one. So highly recommend. Then we have this brow product, and this is newer from e.l.f. Like, it's very new, okay? And this is the e.l.f. Brow Laminating Gel. And again, they only have one shade. I want to say they were trying to dupe the Refy one. I've never tried the one from Refy, so I can't compare it. But this comes with a comb and a brush, which is really nice. And then you like unscrew the lid, and then here is the brow gel. So it's a really nicely sized spoolie, and it is coated pretty heavily with this brow gel. I used this today, and oh my gosh, like, I really, really like the way my brows look. Like, I don't know if you can tell, like, how like nice and laminated they look. I am really happy with this. But what I did, and unfortunately the instructions are not on the component, it's only on the box, and I threw the box already, but I did make sure to like read it before. But what I did was I went through the brows with the, so firstly I filled in my brows. I filled in my brows with a brow pencil. I used the Wet n Wild retractable brow pencil, and then I went in with the brow gel, and I combed or like brushed through the brow I brushed through my brows with the brow gel. And then I think it says to use the brush side to like brush them up, and also kind of like hold it while you're doing it. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, I really like this. I really like this. I'm so happy with this. And I'm starting to like get into brow gels again. I feel like for a while there I was not using brow gel. Now, again, that I'm having like that issue, kind of embarrassing, I've been like going in with brow gel again, and I'm really happy with these two. So highly recommend those. Okay, now let's get into eyeshadow palettes. I feel like I'm losing my voice. So eyeshadow palettes. I didn't realize this came out this year, but it did. I had to like look at Instagram, like the different like indie accounts and things like that. But the Adept Cosmetics Flying Fiddles eyeshadow palette did come out this year, and this is beautiful, you guys. I need to use it more. Don't hate me, don't come after me, but this is stunning. This is beautiful. Again, talk about like yummy metallics. These are so beautiful. I love that this is like a neutral palette with a twist. It's an elevated neutral palette. This is beautiful. The shimmers in here are like, like I could literally just like eat these things. Like, they are so beautiful. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Like, the formula is so good. The mattes perform really well. They blend out really nicely. And even though like the mattes look a little bit deep in here, like this is the lightest matte in the palette, I do feel like I was able to use this in my crease and build it up nicely, which is good. So it wasn't like too pigmented off the bat. And the shimmers just speak for themselves, you guys. Beautiful. Expensive. Very expensive. And I never want you to feel like you need to like buy an indie palette, or that you need to, you know, spend so much money on anything, really, right? Like, you make your own decisions. I'm just here to tell you how I like the products. But if you want to treat yourself, or if you want an indie palette, but you want an indie palette that you can use every day, so good, so beautiful. And I haven't used the marble shade yet. It's this one right here. but I'm very, very interested in trying this one. So I'm excited. I'm very happy with this palette, and I do think it's probably one of the best palettes to come out this year for sure. And then I spoke about the Unearthly Spring Magic collection earlier with the blush palette. Now we have the Spring Magic eyeshadow palette. Beautiful. And this is so stunning. You have so many different shades to choose from. You can go from, you know, such a variety of different looks here. I do have a video up on my channel using this palette. I will be sure to link it down below if you want to check it out. I would greatly appreciate it. But anyways, beautiful, so beautiful. You have, I really love like the corals in here, like the light pinks. Also that you get some neutrals with like these here, and then you can use like a pop of blue if you want, like on the lower lash line. Like that's usually how I like to roll. The greens are stunning. So yes, I'm really happy with this. I think for me, it's the shimmers. Like I feel like Indie kills it with the shimmers. Like that's what they're known for. That is what Unearthly to me like makes them so special. So highly recommend the Spring Magic palette as well. And the packaging, if you didn't get a glimpse, beautiful, like so freaking pretty. Like this artwork is so pretty. Like I kind of want this artwork like framed. It's so stunning. And then the final eyeshadow palette that I wanted to talk about is the palette that I have on my eyes today. By the way, look at this rockin' eye look. This is so pretty. Like, not to toot my own horn, but it's beautiful. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm literally at home by myself right now. My husband is working, and it's raining, right? So I'm just like, you know what? Like, I'm just going to have some fun with my eyeshadow and like do like, and not that I did anything like crazy, right? Like, let's be real. It's just, I like did a dramatic look because I really wanted to have some playtime with some makeup, but I used the beautiful Natasha Denona Golden Palette. This is beautiful. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Like, I feel like Natasha Denona, she keeps like going up in the rankings for me as far as like my favorite, like she keeps topping her own favorite palettes for me. Like, I love the Biba palette. Now I kind of love the I Need a Nude more. And then now I'm like loving this one so much, you know, like this is beautiful. This one honestly might be my favorite. I don't know though, like we'll see. But this gives me, do you know why I think I love this so much? So whenever I was in high school, I used the Urban Decay Naked palette, as all of us, I'm sure, right? Like all of us loved the Naked palettes from Urban Decay. But the original Naked palette, I would use the shades Smog and Half Baked all the time. Like I would do a look all the time with, what was that shade? Buck, I think, right? Like in my crease. And then Smog, like in my outer corner, I think. That or just like one of the deeper browns in my outer corner. And then I would go in with Half Baked all over the lid. Beautiful. Like that was my go-to look. I feel like I would feel the most confident. I would feel the most beautiful in that look because I have brown eyes. This gives me that vibe. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the shade Nubia is really close to Half Baked from Urban Decay. I've never like, you know, compared them like side by side. So like, don't quote me on that. But this is beautiful if you have brown eyes. Like honestly, of course anyone can wear any color of eyeshadow, right? Like it doesn't matter. It's just if you have brown eyes, so good. Like it would make your eyes pop. I truly feel so beautiful in this look. Like this is date night. Like my husband better get home and like treat me like I'm a snack, okay? Because this is such a good makeup look. Anyways, this is beautiful. I'm so happy with this. And at first I was kind of like, I don't know, like maybe I'll wait on it. I'm glad that I picked it up right away because this is gorgeous. This is beautiful. All right, I have two mascaras to talk about and they are both from Essence. I'm blown away by these. I'm blown away. My favorite is definitely the Lash Without Limits Extreme Lengthening and Volume Mascara. This is the brown one. I do eventually want to pick up the black one because I am so impressed with this brown one, but I always want to have this brown mascara in my collection. I feel like this ultimately replaced the Too Faced Better Than Sex chocolate mascara for me. I feel like I'll still purchase the Too Faced one if I can get it on sale, but this one is going to be the one that I'm going to have in my collection because I just love it that much. This is extremely lengthening. I usually go for something that's more voluminous on the lashes because I am blessed with lashes that are pretty long and do have a curl naturally, but I still enjoy this one even though it is more lengthening than voluming. And the reason for that is because I feel like it evenly coats the lashes and it makes your lashes just look so nice and like, I don't know if doe-eyed is the word that I'm looking for, but just really nice and lifted. Do you know what I mean? Like just, I don't know, like it looks fresh on my eyes. And so that's why I've been loving this. This has been like literally my most favorite go-to work mascara. I love this. Like I'm like meaning like I go to work and like this is the mascara I want to reach for. It's amazing. The second one from Essence is their Essence Lash Princess, which is very popular from them, but they came out with a black brown shade in the false lash effect version. Love this as well. This is definitely a deeper brown than the brown in the Lash Without Limits mascara. This is definitely more of like a chocolatey, like lighter brown mascara. This one is definitely a black brown, like it states, right? I can still see a difference because when I go in with black, I noticed like how much more of an impact black mascara has. Like it's definitely great for like, you know, like more dramatic looks or something like that. But I still enjoy this shade. Like I still feel like this shade has a place in my collection because it's that blend of black and brown. And I do really love the way that this makes my lashes look as well. And I'm also happy to report that none of these, like either of these, do not make like they don't flake, they don't smudge, and that is just my personal experience though, right? Like everyone I know has different experience with mascaras and I realize that, but my experience has been overall really good, which is great because I have had experience with Essence mascaras that do smudge on me primarily. These do not do that. I'm very happy about that as well. All right, then we have some lip products. I want to talk about this lip balm because this came out this year and I'm so in love with it. This is the Ole Henriksen Pout Preserve Peptide Lip Treatment. At least I think these came out this year. And I did pick up the shade Cocoa Cream. This is so good. This is amazing. Like this is seriously giving the Summer Fridays lip balm a run for their money. This is really good. I do wish that they would come out with more shades, but Cocoa Cream is stunning. These are so comfortable on the lips. I went in with some more lip gloss because I needed to, but anyways, these are so nice and comfortable. And what I love about them is they are so hydrating. Like I've noticed with certain lip balms that they do not hydrate my lips. Like I feel like I have to keep going in with lip balm to make my lips feel nice and moisturized and hydrated. These really do look beautiful on the lips. They have a really nice like shade to them, but they also are so hydrating. So love these. Wanted to shout this out because I haven't talked about it yet on my channel. And then I want to close out the video talking about these two lip products from e.l.f. and I love these, I really do. So firstly, I've talked about the e.l.f. lip oil already on my channel, but this is a new shade that they came out with this year whenever they re-released their Jelly Pop primer. And this is the Jelly Pop Glow Reviver lip oil. So here's what it looks like. It does have a little bit of shimmer to it. This is definitely not as pigmented as it looks in the component. This is definitely a little bit more sheer. It doesn't have like that bright pink or bright red color as you would think, but I still love it. And I mainly love it for the scent. Yes, the scent is wonderful. This has quickly become a summer staple for me, and it's quickly become a lip product that kind of just like hangs out in my purse because of the scent. And it's really nice and hydrating. e.l.f. lip oils are some of the best. Like they are some of the best. They are so good. I'm currently wearing an e.l.f. lip combination right here. I'm wearing the e.l.f. Cream Glide lip liner in the shade Truth or Bear, and then I layered on the e.l.f. lip oil in the shade Honey Talks, which is one of my favorites from them. So I love the e.l.f. lip oils with a passion. And then they came out with the Sun Boss glosses, and it's broad spectrum SPF 25. So this is a lip gloss that does have SPF, which is so nice because these are great for the summer if you're going to be outside a lot and you obviously want to protect your lips. This is a great way to do that. I did pick up the shade Peachy Queen. I love these. I love these so much. Let me tell you why. So I was a little bit nervous, and I honestly was even considering skipping out on these because I'm just over lip glosses at the moment. I feel like I'm experiencing a little bit of lip gloss fatigue, and just lip product fatigue in general, which is why I don't have that many lip products to highlight if you've noticed. But so I was nervous about that, right? Because I was like, okay, if this has SPF in a lip gloss and they're wanting you to wear them outside, I'm just imagining all of the scenarios, right? Your hair getting stuck to your lip gloss, it's just being sticky and thick, and like that is the last thing that you want to feel on a hot summer day. And I have hot summer days here. It's hot, it's humid, it hits over 100, right? Like it is so hot. And so these are not sticky. These are not sticky. These are moisturizing. These are comfortable. They're not super pigmented. Like they are pigmented in the sense of like you can tell that you're wearing a lip product, but they are not so pigmented that like they look bad without makeup. Like I wear these without makeup. Like we were at the river and this is the only lip products that I brought. No burnt lips, no dry lips, no chapped lips, nothing. These are so good. These are like the perfect consistency that you want to wear outside. Like I'm so happy that e.l.f. did a good formula for outdoors. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not sticky, it's not goopy, it's not thick. Like it's just this layer of lip product and then that's it. Like it's so easy. So anyways, I've got to stop because this video is so long and I already apologize. I'm so sorry. I really hope that you don't mind the longer videos because I look at my table and I'm just like, this isn't a lot of products. Like maybe this is a 20-minute, 25-minute video. And then I'm already at 20 minutes and this is the second time, like this is my second go, like not go around, but like I have to stop my camera at 29 minutes and then I have to like start recording again to continue on. And I'm already at 20 minutes again on top of the 29. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, like this is so much. So hopefully y'all don't mind and I really appreciate it. And to those of you that are still watching, you are amazing. I love you. Thank you so much. Yay. Okay. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, I would love for you to subscribe so you can be part of my YouTube channel family. I'm trying to get to 1,000 and I'm so close. I appreciate all of the love and support as you guys always do. It does not go unnoticed. I really appreciate all of the comments and I hope that 2024 has been wonderful for you as we are in the halfway point of the year. And I look forward to the many months ahead of us. And I look forward to sharing the latest or like the last part of 2024 and the overall best of 2024 when it comes to makeup at the end of the year. So stay tuned for that. But let's go ahead. Wait, what? I was over here trying to start the video, girl. Okay. Anyways, let me sign off before I get delirious. Anyways, thank you so much for watching and I will go ahead and see you in my next video. Bye.